It's the hardest part of the ring. The hardest part of the ring. Sometimes you're distracting the referee, and the babyface has your wrestler pinned. Then you get punched to the ring apron, and you realize all the trouble you're in when it's the hardest part of the ring. The hardest part of the ring. He double claps. Short song today, Bob Squad. We're going to jump right in the pool. Here we go. It's the hardest part of the ring. The hardest part of the ring. Ba-da-ba-da. Hey, what it is? Saying stuff, doing things, saying stuff related to the things we're doing stuff in correlation with the things that we are saying. It is bananas. It is the bee's knees. It is the cat's meow. Piss and vinegar, third time's the charm, three's company again, 86th on a whole 9 yards, 24/7, 365. All the way live, Daddy living on the edge of a lightning bolt, squeezing the lemon, stopping on a dime. Don't know where we're going, but we are making good time. Champing at the bit, frothing at the mouth, drool dribbling down our chins, stacking one another like hermit crabs crawling out of a bucket. We are goddamn champions. Okie dokie. What are we talking about today? Any business to talk about first? I don't know. I can't think of anything. Still working on a sunbob. Did a little more work today, and I'm going to do a little more work tonight as well. I got 2 job interviews. Well, I got 3. One of them is going to be a phone thing, but it's like a pre-phone. I don't know. It doesn't really count. It's kind of bullshit. 2 live job interviews. One is tomorrow morning, and it is for the front desk. Are you ready? Because you're going to think I'm making it up. You are going to think I am making it up. I'm interviewing to be a front desk person at a sperm bank. A sperm bank. That's correct. I'm going to try to work at a fertility clinic or sperm donor place. I think the shift starts at 8 o'clock, but I don't know what time we get off. Oh, that's going to be fun, huh? Wait till they get a load of me. Alrighty. I hope my boss doesn't turn out to be a real jerk off. I don't know. Okay. Are you done, Bob? Are you done? All right. Well, you know what does come in handy? Watching NXT on Hulu every week with not limited enough commercial interruption. Let's talk about NXT on Hulu, huh? I enjoyed this show, and the last couple of shows, NXT is doing a good job of making me enjoy bullshit against my will, and I appreciate that. It means it's good bullshit. Are you ready? August 3rd, NXT 2021, and I put a smiley face. We have these wonderful recaps. It was under 2 minutes. It was just under 2 minutes of what happened last week, what's happening this week, why you should care, all I needed to know, without making me feel like I'm watching like a recap special or one of those flashback episodes in the 80s where it was such a cop-out episode because someone would get amnesia and someone else would remind them and then use flashbacks, so half the show is flashbacks. That's what so many of these WWE shows feel like, especially the pay-per-views, which is really bad. And then they have a little match in the middle between all these produced things. We open with Hit Row, who is leaning babyface, or I think they were officially babyface by the end of this segment anyway. They're feuding with the Escobar guys. What did I miss? These guys haven't been on Hulu in a while. I did the last time I saw them have a confrontation with the Escobar and friends. Everybody was heels. I don't know what happened. I guess maybe Hit Row is developing a bit of a following. I know the young kids, they like the, what is it? Is it the mumble rap? Is that what it is? Mark, you're hip with the kids. What is it? I don't know. Don't bother. I don't know what it's called. I know that's a thing. So, I don't know. This was odd to me. The Hit Row definitely played the babyface role, and that they took the heat and they had a comeback. I did not think the 2 guys in Hit Row who are on Swerve were really all that impressive. The smaller guy was just generic, kind of in shape guy. He's in shape. He's in good shape. And the big guy, Top Dollar, was kind of a charismatic bore to me, quite frankly. I didn't think he was all that interesting, and just looked kind of slovenly. He just looked like a fat guy, and he didn't do anything to show otherwise. I mean, I stared at the match just because I was just puzzled by the babyface ishness of Hit Row. And it was the finish was definitely uh, providing clarity on who the face and heels were. The Escobar hits one of the good Hit Row guys in the back with a chair, obvious DQ in front of the referee. Fair enough. There's a beatdown, and they beat up Swerve, and they take out his grill, which is like your gold teeth covering things, his grill, and Escobar rips it out, which I guess is painful, and I'm sure it is, and Swerve is selling his mouth, and I thought, okay, that's good. I mean, it took away his symbol, more to humiliate him more than injure him. Um, kind of gross, especially in the COVID and Delta variant world. That hey, we're gonna just have this guy rip a guy's put his fingers in his mouth. Then they hit I think they hit Swerve with a chair at some point. And Swerve was selling like a baby face, like being held against his will, and trying to fight it. But then I thought they overkilled it. Swerve hit one of the Escobar guys with a chair and hit his crazy ass. Sit out, drop you on your head for and finisher, and then kick the guy out of the ring right afterwards. It was overkill. I thought it should have just ended with Swerve mad about the grill, and I feel like Swerve like he didn't really get revenge. He didn't get his grill back, but he beat the shit out of one of the three guys. So he got a measure of revenge. But I just thought couldn't that measure have waited like next week? Take out one side kick, then the other side kick, and eventually he gets to Escobar whenever the hell it is they have this match for the North American Championship. I assume. I don't know. I don't know the answer. I thought it was a little overkill, but it was a surprise. But it seems like the people are behind Swerve. I'm not 100% sold yet, but but they were starting to turn me. What happened next? Oh, let's do another verse. I didn't do the whole song. We'll just do a little verse here and there. Oh, this match gets 708 stars. Um, Sometimes you reach out for the hot tags. It's a tag match, and then you go ahead and make your own comeback, but no one did that here. That's when you should quit wrestling, and you're better off rolling in thumbtacks. AW, the hardest part of the ring. Hardest part of the ring. Ba-da-ba-da. Okay. So we go to Samoa Joe and Regal, and they are backstage, and Regal says, hey, this never works. I'm going to give you 5 security guys. And they all stand. Security guys would never do this. This is how you know they're all wrestling students. And we all know they're wrestling students, Jesus Christ. I know the security and all, but what group of 6 guys is that big? Like, it's kind of silly. And security guys aren't always ripped. They're just kind of big. Like, it's a little silly, but whatever. It's not as bad as, like, there was a period on Raw, like all the 2000s, where every team of security guys was so obviously the local indie group because they weren't just like semi-muscular guys, but they all had wacky facial hair or goofy haircuts or multicolored hair. Like no security guy has half blue, half pink hair. Like they all looked so indie-rific. It was in some shitty tattoos. It was like a good 10-year period where it just looked so goofy every time. But that notwithstanding, Samoa Joe and Regal tells him, hey, you're a wrestler now, and I can't have you attacking Cross for reasons I can't really explain, because Cross is always attacking everyone. But anyway, here's 5 students to stare at you, and no team of security guys stands around you with their arms folded and just stares at you, because that's actually kind of provoking in a way. It's a bit of an aggressive mannerism, and a security guy wouldn't start off by escalating. Like, it's kind of, they would just stand there, because why would you instigate first if you're specifically hired to stop incidents? What the hell do I know? Dexter Loomis is drawing. A guy named Troy Baxter says he's 23 years old. And then we have Cameron Grimes and LA Knight. They're backstage. They're going to have a tag team match against the Grizzled Young Veterinarians. And LA Knight says, you can't wear your wrestling gear. You got to wear your butler outfit. Okay. And then we have our second tag match on a Hulu edition. Again, I don't know what we're missing. Still no Mandy Rose on Hulu. And I haven't seen Frankie Monet on Hulu since her debut, but I loved her debut. Never saw her again. And the Robert Stone guy, his departure was never aired because his people were never aired on Hulu. Anyway, Grimes and Knight have an entertaining match with the veterans. Obviously, it's telling a story that Grimes is still trying to work hard here and do his best, and every time he's at an advantage. Of course, Knight tags himself in, and Knight is extra critical of Grimes when he's in the ring, even though he's helping the least. Everything when LA Knight was in the ring, everything he did was awesome. Every punch, he just whips one of the British guys off. The most crisp, perfect, simple back elbow. He does nothing badly. He's very Robert Roode like. I think that would be a good team when eventually they decide they want LA Knight on the roster, but then next week forget they have nothing to do. They've had nothing to do with it for him. Nothing for him to do is what I was trying to say. But whatever. What does Ziggler do? I don't know. Anyway, they have this match, and eventually Knight, after promising backstage, hey, this is a tag team match, I'm professional, I'm going to have your back, he leaves and lets Grimes get beat up and take the finish and obviously get pinned by the veterinarians. And Ted DiBiase comes out, and this was so good. I don't think Ted talked for more than 15 seconds. And he didn't have to take the mic. He didn't cut a promo. They just let the camera walk up close to him, and Ted just walked. And this is the more, because he's gray-haired, and we know he's a minister in real life, and he didn't talk any God things, but he talked like a local community minister type of guy. He basically just said, hey, Ted, kid, I've been trying to tell you, you gotta stand up for yourself. I know you're a man of your word, but this is too far. This is, when are you gonna, how much longer are you gonna let this go on? Here, come with me. And he puts Grimes's arm over him and helps him to the back. And he's old, sweet, grandfatherly $1 million man, Ted DiBiase. And it was believable because Ted was acting like Ted. He didn't need the mic. The camera just walked up to him, and Ted spoke to Grimes, ignoring the camera, like he had something to tell to Cameron Grimes, and we just happened to be a fly on the wall. And it had me believe that Ted DiBiase really has this fatherly, even grandfatherly relationship with Cameron Grimes. I believed it. And it was short and sweet. Ted wasn't on TV for 2 minutes. Couldn't have been. Didn't need to be. Made an impact. Next, that match gets 401 stars. Oh, let's do another verse. Sometimes you go over the top rope and you bang your head on the ring apron. Don't do that. That's when you feel like a big dope. They're the worst bumps you can be taking. Oh, it's the hardest part of the ring. The hardest part of the ring. Bada. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to change up the format of the song. Me doing the whole thing for 2 minutes up top. I'll be honest with you. It's not only repetitive. It's kind of exhausting. And I don't know. Something different, guys. Hey, it's the 102nd episode. All right, give me a break here. This is a little disappointing. Dakota Kai, after her awesome turn on Raquel Gonzalez, is going to give us our explanation, which is a fairly simple explanation. She's going to say, I'm not the sidekick. Raquel disrespected me by saying there's no challengers left. Pretty much what she said, but she didn't say it in her own promo interview. It was like a backstage, it was a package where she said her lines, snippets of them, with included flashbacks of the incident and a little bit of their history, and it was kind of a cop out. I'll be honest with you, I was a little let down. It was a little bit of a cop out. I thought that could have been a great second breakout moment for Dakota, just like that War Games where she turned on the whole team, pretty much as she laid out Tegan Knox. I thought this was, and I was like, I think that's going to be coming up on 2 years ago, no? I think this could have been this moment could have been a big second coming out and resurgence for Dakota Kai. And as great as the turn was, I kind of feel let down. I thought this fell flat, didn't feel important. I don't know. It was like a flashback episode of a sitcom, like I mentioned earlier. Like, oh, okay, we'll say a thing and show old footage. It was a bit of a cop out. Sorry. Love Dakota Kai. I love Gal Gonzalez, but I don't think this. I think Dakota needed the help here to be shown as she was a threat, and I don't think that is what happened. A little bit of a drop in the ball on that. I'm sorry, that's how I feel. A blonde lady talks to Gargano and Candice LeRae about the Gargano Dexter Loomis match coming up later. A guy named Joe Gacy is large. Indi Hartwell is talking to a blonde lady, and she's very upset. Indi is the blonde lady. I think she was okay. The announce team is doing a great job. Beth, and I want to talk more about it later. Beth Phoenix is selling the love saga of Index, Indi Hartwell, and Dexter Loomis, as they're being called. And this was fun. This got interrupted out of nowhere. Karrion Kross, the big scary monster champion, runs up, and all three of them just scatter. They just scatter. And Kross stands on a table and yells about Samoa Joe. yells about Samoa Joe. Let's try this all over again. He yells about Samoa Joe. And Samoa Joe comes out with his 5 security and PC students. PC stands for politically correct. No, it doesn't. His 5 personal computers. The Performance Center is what it stands for. So Joe runs into the ring with his 5 students chasing him, and Kross disappears. I don't know where the hell he just disappeared to. And then Joe does all his moves to the 5 guys and chokes out one of them that kind of looks like Kross. So when you just see a gif of it on Twitter, it looks like he choked out Kross, but not really. Which is good. He shouldn't get his hands on him yet. We have our main event. Dexter Loomis versus Gargamel. And if Gargamel wins, Indi Hartwell, who is their daughter, who's only 5 years younger than them, their sort of adopted daughter, who probably has parents already, she's not allowed to date Dexter Loomis. The stipulation is preposterous. It's absolutely preposterous. Why did it work? Because I think it worked, and I'll tell you why. And if Dexter wins, he's allowed to date Indi Hartwell. Okay, and if Gargamel wins, then Dexter can join the way and date Indi Hartwell. Okie dokie. This is really stupid on paper. Why did it work? Because I think it did. And you know I'm hard on Gargamel, and I like Candice LeRae better, but whatever. She just looks like the type of gal just to yell at you and make it sexy somehow. I'm not sure how. Did I say that out loud? Okay. Anyway. I trailed off, huh? LOL. Jesus. Maybe I'll leave him something at the fertility center tomorrow. 18 years, I'll just be an army of Bobs. Okie dokie. This worked for me on TV anyway because of Beth Phoenix on commentary. She was selling it like it was the most important goddamn thing in the world, and she was making arguments that only she would make and only a modern woman would make. And usually I'd roll my eyes like, what is this, He-Man? We just got to ruin everything and emasculate it. But no, it was a point of view you don't hear on WWE TV ever. And it was just fresh and different. And it felt, even though there were no modern references, it felt like when Charlotte randomly mentions Simone Biles, the tennis player, whatever. What the hell does she do? Does she play tennis? She's a gymnast. She's a gymnast. God damn it. I don't know what the hell she is. She plays a gymnast. Even though Beth wasn't making any modern references like that, it just felt like those rare moments lately when anything WWE feels like part of the world. And that's how Beth made me feel with her commentary. Like she's making legitimate arguments about almost like teens versus parents and making their own decisions and yada, yada, yada. And, she has to be free to make her own decision, blah, blah. It felt like it was part of the actual world and not just their little world. And I really enjoyed how Beth did it. Did she overdo it? Probably. Who cares? Pro wrestling is larger than life. But her back and forth with Wade was good because the thing is, this is another match where it's a Johnny Gargano match, so whoever he wrestles has to wrestle his style as best as they possibly can. And but also you have a much larger, much
visibly more muscular babyface versus a smaller heel, and those are always hard. And they have the stipulation, Indy's going to come out halfway, and she does. Um, and this is basically a story with moves than like a match, which is fine because it wasn't on a takeover. It's the main event of a TV, so I think that was fine. Um, I can't remember all the ins and outs. It looked Candice LeRae arrives too, and Indy Hartwell is concerned. This really goofy spot where Dexter is in Johnny's submission hold, and he reaches out to the rope, and Indy Hartwell is standing by the ring apron, his art is part of the ring, and he instead of the rope, he just touches her face and then touches the rope, which is really odd. You're in this incredibly painful move. Why are you touching her face? Or able to gently touch one's face with this other human, putting you in a painful neck arm hold. It didn't make a lot of sense, but it was what it was. Johnny wins the thing, to my surprise, because thankfully I stopped, because NXT, I always say, gets spoiled by Twitter quicker and more often faster than any WWE or any wrestling show, really, except probably AEW, but because I think all the wrestlers are younger, and actually Shawn Michaels, he spoils it most of the time for me. But so Gargano wins, and I can't remember what the hell happens. I wrote something down. Oh yeah, Indy reluctantly leaves with the Way, Candice LeRae, and Gargamel, and this was great. This was good. As she's about to leave and leave Dexter, brokenhearted, paid a dime and only farted, uh, Indy just breaks away from them anyway and just sprints down the ramp. And that was the greatest. That was probably the biggest reaction of the whole match or segment of the match. Is just her breaking away, disobeying the Way. That's what was important. Then she gives Dexter the Luther Thez press and straddles him, and they make out so awkward. They kiss so awkwardly. God damn, it's so weird. So we know this is not. There's no way this is a real life couple. Can't be. Watch me be wrong. Someone's gonna tell me they're an actual couple. There's no way they're a freaking couple. Um, and because of the weird parameters of the show, like Dexter, like he has to lay there with his arms back towards the mat, like he can't also grab her. Like it was really odd. I think it was a bad idea in execution. He should have been standing, and she should have done the running hug and kiss, like instead of her on him so sexually. I know it sounds like I'm becoming a prude in my old age, but I just kind of felt like there was nowhere to go, so she shouldn't don't straddle him to begin with, because then like where do we go next? It would be more. It would just be less odd to look at if they were just both standing, and then we could just assume they went off to do whatever. Um, so I don't. Has Indy broken away from the Way? Are we? Oh, we're gonna do the mixed tag. Jesus Christ. Okay, well, that match is gonna happen. Indy and Dexter versus Johnny and Candice. Problem is, why, aside from breaking away from the Way, why is Indy Hartwell a babyface? Like, what's our real reason to cheer her? I hope we get one. And now, if Raquel's babyface, what does that really mean? No, Indy's not going to be in a title picture soon. Aren't there NXT Women Tag Champs? Who are they? Jesus, I don't even know. Oh, did Io Shirai and Zoe Stark win them? In like a multi-women? No. Hey. God damn it, I don't know. Yeah, I think Io and Zoe won them. See? I have no fucking idea. No fucking idea. But I would keep Indy and Candice away from titles and just have two women will have a match, the men will probably have another match, and you'll do the mixed tag. I'm sure that'll probably be on that TakeOver 36. What's on that TakeOver 36? We got Cross and Joe is the big one, and that feels like a main event. All Joe's main events feel like big fight main events. Joe and Cross, I'm going to assume the mixed tag, even though they've made no mention of it. I'm going to assume Raquel and Dakota. That's a pretty safe bet. I don't even know if they announced it. It's just pretty obvious. Some kind of Swerve Escobar match. That's 4 matches right there. something with Ted and LA Knight, or Grimes and LA Knight. That would be 5. Who are the men's tag team champs in NXT? Anybody know? God, this is bad when we have to think about who all the champions are. Because I don't know the answer. Oh, supposedly Roderick Strong and Bobby Fish had a hard-hitting match that did not make Hulu. Oh, well then. Some kind of Kyle Cole blow-off has to happen, right? Rumors of Adam Cole leaving WWE. I don't know. Rumors are rumors. Who the hell knows? But there was a replay of that too. Okay, sorry guys, I trailed off at the end. And I'm getting a little tired here, and I have to get some rest because in less than 12 hours, I'm going to be talking to people who handle semen all day. LOL. Oh, jeez. Am I going to even try to make more of these jokes, or do I guess I just throw it at the wall, see if it sticks. Okay, you guys are great. Tip the veal, try the waitress. I will be here all week. Just don't bang your head on the ring apron, which is the hardest part of the ring. The hardest part of the ring. Ba-da-ba-da.